The topic of immigration has been a big one in our country, and it sparks many heated debates throughout it. And one of the big topics when talking about immigration is undocumented immigrants. And while some argue for strict enforcement, many argue that we should give these undocumented immigrants equal opportunities in education and employment. If we give undocumented immigrants equal opportunities in education, they could gain these skills that could help our society in many ways. And when we give undocumented immigrants jobs, it will strengthen our economy in a big way. According to the American Immigration Council, immigrants that are undocumented pay billions of dollars in taxes each year. And if we deport all these undocumented immigrants, our economy will plunder to the ground. And while talking about deporting undocumented immigrants, they are a social group in our country. So, when we attack them and talk about deporting them to another country, our social integrity goes down, and social unrest becomes a big deal in our country, as we are marginalizing a group of people. So, the National Bureau of Economic Research states that if we give immigrants, undocumented immigrants, social status, civil status in our country, our social integrity will rise, and it will actually lower the poverty rate, as they will finally be able to get jobs and be employed in our country. The NAACP states that our nation was founded on equality and freedom, and while we don't give these immigrants equality and freedom, it shows that our country doesn't follow those policies. And one of the biggest things about giving immigrants equal opportunities is giving them education to strengthen their skills. The Migration Policy Institute states that giving these undocumented immigrants skills will strengthen our economy by giving them better jobs that can help our economy, better jobs that will help our society as a whole. Immigrants having more job opportunities allows for a bigger economy, and the Center for American Progress states that having job access allows for more opportunities, not for just the immigrants, but for our nation as a whole. And while we talk about immigrants in our country, a lot of people that argue against it state that they take away from all our resources. But the Congressional Budget Office states that undocumented immigrants actually contribute more to the economy than they take from it. And that having more undocumented immigrants become citizens in our country will give way back more resources to our country than they could ever take from the country. Now, why would you advocate for taking away undocumented immigrants and deporting them to another country and crashing our economy, when we could give all these undocumented immigrants citizenship, equal opportunities in education and employment, and strengthen our society, strengthen our economy, contributing more to our economy, contributing more to everything? And a lot of people do advocate for the deportation of all these immigrants. And while we see that they pay billions in taxes each year and they don't gain anything from it, it leads to a question. Was our country founded on this principle of equality and freedom, or was it founded on another principle? Thank you. My name is Chris, and this was my speech on undocumented immigrants having equal opportunity and employment in our country.